What's going on, everyone? It's Mike, it's John, back again. This is your preview. It's Everton against Liverpool. And I've got to be honest, I've had a lovely 10 days off the channel, really. The last video we did, I went in a little bit on Sean Dyche. A lot of fans criticised me for not sticking up for the manager. And, I decided to have a few days off, to be honest. International break. Not really asked if you disagree or agree with the opinions I shared about Dyche. I take everything on face value. I watched his press conference today and I thought he did well, actually. I thought his press conference was good. I thought he spoke really well and he talks a lot about the feel. So, John, how are you feel?
Well, the thing is, I'm sick of going there and being beat before the ball's kicked. We go there with fear. The manager goes there with fear, the way they've set up in years gone by. You can see it rubs off on the players. Got to go there, Saturday, Michael, with no fear and get in straight to them. Don't let the game be gone after 25 minutes. Get into them, go there for a positive result because, we've won 3 out of the last 4 games now. And it's funny because years gone by, our away record's been absolutely shocking. I'm actually glad this game's away from home at the minute because I feel like we've got more chance of getting something away from home than we have at Goodison because our home form hasn't been that good lately. Okay, we beat Bournemouth the other week, who were a poor team. So I'm going there, and if we put a performance in like we did against Bournemouth, I know Bournemouth and Liverpool are completely different kettles of fish. I know that. But as I said on the video, Michael, Dyche's hand was forced in that game with the injury to Ghana guy in the warm-up. Apparently he's fit now. I keep the same team that started against Bournemouth, mate, because I'll reiterate it again. We see the best of James Garner and the best of Amadou Onana when they play together. We've got to go there with McNeil. We've got to go there with Harrison playing, both of them. But the full-backs are going to have some help on Saturday from the wingers, Michael, because we know what Salah can do. And Mikalenko's been brilliant since he's come back into the team from his injury. But the wingers are going to have to come back and help the full-backs. If they do that and we go there and play the way we know we can play, because we've put some good performances in this season. Listen, I don't want to sound too positive, but I look at the performances that we've put in. Villa away, Brentford away, Bournemouth at home, and they've been really good performances. So if we can put a performance in like that, then it's not going to be what it has been in years gone by against that lot, Michael. I do think Everton give themselves a chance.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because loads of people on this channel, people that have subscribed for years and the members and all the people who've supported me over the years and then subsequently you and then all of the guests have been saying how negative I am. So I want to put a spin on all of this. Unexpected points. Everton should be 5th in the Premier League. Unexpected points. Some stats I want to allude to from both Liverpool and Everton. Everton this season, on average, have had 401 passes per game, compared to Liverpool's 536 passes per game. Not a surprise. Yeah, Liverpool have more of the ball, they keep the ball, they pass the ball more. Not a surprise. You're not shocked at that. Okay. Stats that will shock you. Everton have had 133 shots this season, 44 on target, 33% have been on target, have been accurate. Liverpool, who have scored double the amount of goals that Everton have, they've scored 18, Everton have scored 9, have had 129 shots, 40 shots on target with a 31% shot accuracy. So in every single striking department, Everton is higher than Liverpool, apart from the ball actually going in the net. So that means our shots on target have not been as good as Liverpool's shots on target. However,
you don't expect them to be, though. We don't, do we?
Well, you say that. You say that. But we are outperforming Liverpool in terms of attacking stats, not goals, not position in the league. I'm not sitting here saying that. But in terms of attacking stats, We are outperforming Liverpool by an absolute country mile. And people will say, well, you've only had 4 more shots on target, Mike, and you've only got 2% more accuracy. But we have done it in 130 less passes per game.
Yeah.
So what that means is Everton are getting the ball up the park more aggressively, quickly, and trying to cause problems. And the shots that we've had have probably been because we've shit ourselves in front of goal and we've smashed them at the goalkeeper, or, we've put them too close to the goalkeeper to save. Now, if Everton can address that problem, give me a 6 points deduction right now if it's going to be this financial fair play thing. Because I'm telling you now, this Everton team have got enough goals in them and enough quality, with Calvert-Lewin especially fit, with Jack Harrison coming in who's got goals, Dan Juma's got goals, Dwight McNeil's got goals, Beto, I'm confident, will get a few goals settled. Decore, this Everton team is not going to be anywhere near the bottom 3. No. There's your positive spin, everyone. That's what you've been waiting for, and that's where we are. This Everton team is more than capable of going to Anfield and putting them under pressure. Another positive thought process here. How many clean sheets have Everton kept this season, John?
Don't know. None. One.
How many clean sheets have Liverpool kept, John?
Not many.
1.
Yeah.
So if Everton get chances in front of goal, you're either going to need Alisson to have a worldie, you're going to have to hope that Everton shit it, or we're going to score some goals. This Merseyside derby is going to be an exciting game, and I am fairly confident that Everton score this weekend.
But the thing is, I watched the Bournemouth game back the other day, Michael, and that could have been 5-6-0, that. Right? Now, Calvert-Lewin hasn't scored in 4. He's due a goal. He's getting to the point now where, as all strikers do, because he's putting the performances in, he's winning the ball in the air, he's holding the ball up well, he's bringing the midfielders into play, he's getting chances, he's just not scoring them. There was a few headers he put over the bar against Bournemouth. With all strikers, when they go through a couple of games, 3, 4, 5 games where they haven't hit the net, they only need that 1 goal to go on a run. I'm confident Calvert-Lewin scores at Anfield because he's getting the chances. Going back to what you've just said about them stats with our attacking players, this is why I say what I said before. Don't change the team. Play with them fullbacks, because attacking-wise, Everton are very, very capable of scoring goals, as you've just pointed out. So go there with that positivity, with that setup, with that formation, with that team. And Calvert-Lewin, especially, will score goals. I do see Everton scoring goals. Can we keep them out? That's the question, isn't it? That's the $1 million question. I don't think it's going to be as easy as what it has been in years gone by over there. I think the last time we won there was lockdown, I think, or something like that. And before that, it had been quite a while, I think. So, listen, I'm not going to say there, and we're going to go there and get 3 points, Michael, because listen, this is them. This is them, and it's a tough place to go. But Everton's away form this season has been really, really good. If Dyche goes there with a positive mindset, gets that into the players, and the players have that positive mindset, look at the stats, what you've just pointed out. Look at the chances we've been creating. Calvert-Lewin, as I say, hasn't scored in 4. Get him the ball. He will break his duck soon. That this barren run that he's on, 4 games. That's all he needs. He only needs 1 or 2 goals, Michael, because this is the Calvert-Lewin now that we've all wanted to see.
Yeah.
And then
he's Calvert-Lewin scored in 3 of the last 4 games.
I had a stat the other day. I hadn't scored in 4.
No, remember, he scored at Villa. He scored. He didn't. The only game he didn't score was Bournemouth, but he scored against Luton. He scored. Yeah.
Oh well. Well, I'll go back on all that. So take that all back. But let's be honest about it. If he's on a run like that, then that just flips it again, doesn't it? If he's on a run like that, then he could score at Anfield, couldn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Everton will create chances. I think Robertson's out, by the looks of it as well. They'll probably play that Simicast at left back. He's not very good. Get at him, get the ball into the box. We've seen how shaky their defence can be, Michael, this season. They've been beat by some lesser teams than Everton. Let's put it in perspective. Teams that you would have expected Liverpool to roll over, but they haven't. So if Everton go there with that mindset, I think we get something out the game. And listen, I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw now.
Yeah, I mean, I want to allude to some of their danger players. So they've got Gravenbach, who is a very, very good footballer, central midfielder, ball-carrying midfielder.
That you have to man-mark him.
Yeah, they've got Alexis McAllister, again, another good player, scored a goal, created a few chances for Liverpool. A good signing from Brighton. The worrying one for me is Szoboszlai. He seems to be a player that, if I'm being honest, is lighting up the Premier League. He's very, very, very good, very capable. Low centre of gravity, good skill, good pace, ability to get on the ball and create a chance. Has scored a goal. He's a player that Everton absolutely need to try and keep out the game because. Trent can pass and unlock doors. I get that. He's got a great range of passing, Trent. Of course he has. We see it for England. But Szoboszlai in the middle of the park, he can literally rip our defence open. So we have to be disciplined and sit on him. It's a big game for James Garner and Onana. Big game. If we get dominated in that midfield, we lose. Now, the other flip side to that is that Idrissa Gana Gueye appears to have had a knock on international duty. It looks like
he's fit. He's fit, apparently.
Right, okay. Did I say that in his press conference?
I think so. I think I've just seen something on Twitter.
Oh, I thought he said he was out of. Yeah, well. Anyway,
regardless.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see, and Everton simply can't get dominated. Mohamed Salah started the season well. He scored 5 goals in 8 games, got 4 assists. Everton have to play really well, and if they do, I don't think we lose this game.
I think the players you've just named for them in the middle, Michael. Normally we've said you'd have to win the midfield battle against Liverpool to win the game. Do we win the midfield battle against them? Probably not. So we're going to have to be tight at the back, and we're going to have to have our midfielders coming back helping the defence. But we've also, as you alluded to earlier in the video, attack them. Get the ball out wide. Use McNeil. McNeil's been brilliant the last couple of games, Michael. Harrison's come in since he's been injured and really settled into the team. So they're players that can hurt Liverpool. As I said before, we all know Calvert-Lewin's playing well. He's just, since he's come back from that injury, and he's been nursed back. And I know you've had a pop at Dyche, and listen, we all have. But what I have said in a video, a couple of videos ago, I think Dyche has handled Calvert-Lewin really, really well. Credit where credit's due. Really well. Since he brought him back, he didn't rush him back, and he phased him in. And I think Dyche deserves credit for the way he's handled Dominic Calvert-Lewin, because we've had managers in the past who've just rushed him in, obviously because of the situation we were in with 2 relegation battles in 2 years. But he's managed them well, and I think you're seeing that now from the performances from Calvert-Lewin, how he was managed, that he's come back fitter, he's come back stronger, and his all-round play seems to be back to what it was before he started picking these injuries up. So get the ball out wide, and if we can get the ball in the middle, hit them on the break wherever we can, because them stats don't lie. We're creating chances. We have to take them. Just don't fucking lay down, Everton. That's all I'm asking. Don't lay down against them.
Yeah, do you want to know an interesting stat as well? So this is about the amount of saves a goalkeeper has faced this season. Now, I'm not talking about shots, because shots can get blocked by defenders. Everton have conceded 3 more goals than Liverpool this season. Jordan Pickford has had to make 19 saves. Any idea how many saves Alisson has to make?
It's either more or close to being more.
Give me a number.
18.
31.
And this is what I said before you carry on with that. Their defence can look shaky if you get at them. It can. And they make we've seen the centre backs and Alisson, trip over each other, get confused, make mistakes between them, Michael, and give the ball away or flap. And this is what I'm saying. If we can turn them stats into this game on Saturday with our attacking players, we're very capable of hurting them because they're not what they were at the back. Van Dijk's not the same player. Whoever partners in, because he hasn't really had a settled partner. Canati comes in, Matip can play there, Gomez comes in. They're not on the level of what Van Dijk was because he's not the same player as what he was. But if we get at them, they will flap. They'll make mistakes, put them under pressure to make them make mistakes. That's all I ask because we've seen it this year, Michael. When players have closed their defence down, even closed Alisson down when he's had the ball at his feet, they make mistakes.
Yeah, don't disagree. So, score prediction?
1-1.
Fair enough.
Go on.
I've got 2.
4-4 and 3-3, watch.
No, my head is genuinely saying 2-2 and a very good game of football by both teams. Both teams can be proud of. Liverpool, interestingly, and I'd have to double check this if this is correct. They've also had 4 red cards this season.
I'm not sure. Don't take that much interest in them.
That sounds a lot. While Everton haven't had any. So anyway, my head says 2-2. My heart says 3-2 Everton.
I'll take any of them.
And
obviously the latter.
And just to add further wind into the sails of anyone who says that the Blue Boys Network, and specifically me, is negative. Let me just show you. Well, no, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to tell you something. Sean Dyche's record as an Everton, as a manager at Anfield, is not horrendous, which a lot of Everton managers in the past have been.
Come on then, Stato.
Okay. So, Klopp versus Dyche. Dyche has beaten Klopp twice, which is more than any Everton manager since David Moyes, and David Moyes needed more games to do it.
You see,
another interesting stat. The last time Sean Dyche beat Liverpool was back in 2021, which was the same time that Everton beat Liverpool at Anfield in 2021. So I'm telling you now, mate.
Fucking follow them today, aren't you?
I am telling you now, mate. I'm not going into this derby confident because I'm not. I'm never confident when we play Liverpool. But I'm also not beaten before we go into this one. Last season, the season before that, maybe not under Carlo, but the seasons before that, I always expected 3-4-0, 5-0, 6-0. I've expected some really, really big hammerings. We ain't getting hammered in this game. We're not. And if we do get hammered, then hammer me in the comments.
Well, I hope you're right, Michael, because I can't be arsed going there and coming out after a hammering, do you know what I mean? So I'm quietly confident. I'm not going to stand on the rooftops and scream and shout that Everton are going to batter them and this and that, and we're going to be better than them. But I go there confident that we can get something out the game.
Yeah,
I do.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Right, I am pretty much wrapped up with the video. The one last thing I want to just mention briefly. 2 articles that have come out in the last 24, 48 hours. One, 777 Partners. Firstly, it was said that they don't have the finances and they haven't provided information to the FCA to ratify the Everton takeover. I believe that's actually resolved, and I believe that was a nonsense story by the New York Times. I am concerned about where the money's coming from, but that's another matter, because I think if they're not going to buy Everton, I'd love somebody else to buy Everton, because we are in deep water if somebody doesn't buy Everton. And the other one, just quickly, was what was the other one?
Brilliant.
What was the other one? 777 takeover. What was the other one? It's literally there. What's the other headline?
Brilliant.
Oh, the hearing.
Oh, yeah.
So the 25th of October is when Everton and everyone will face each other in probably court or some room that looks a bit dusty. But it will take a month for decision or whatever to be made against Everton. Now, look, I suspect we will not win this case. I just don't. I don't think we'll win the case. However, the punishment could be points deduction, could be fine, could be whatever. What's your thoughts on just punishments quickly?
Well, I don't think it'll be a points deduction, because I did say to you today on the phone that they are looking at trying to knock that on the head, giving points deductions out. For me, it's a fine. I think we get hit with a fine, and listen, you'll probably have to use the Sky money. 777 are aware of this hearing, but I don't think it's a point deduction. I just don't see it being a point deduction. Said to you today, the fans suffer with a point deduction. It's our club. It's our club. Just like Derby, it was their club, their fans' club, and they got hit with a fine. It's hurting the fans to give the club a fine, and the fans have done nothing wrong. This is down to how the club's being run by someone who hasn't got a clue how to run a football club. Please don't punish us. Please don't punish the fans. Just give us the fine and let whoever's running the club at the time sort the finances out to pay it. Finances are coming from somewhere at the minute to put money into the club to keep the club afloat. Finances are being brought in to fund the stadium till this takeover's done. If it gets done, don't punish the fans and give us a points deduction, because it's not our fault and it's our club.
Well said, John. Well said. And guys, I think we're going to leave it there with John's infinite wisdom there, which is absolutely unbelievable, really. John, you will be there for the game on Saturday.
Aye.
Take aftershave and you'll be sound. You'll be fine. Yeah, keep smiling and up the toffees.
Aye. Cheers, folks.
Cheers, folks. Cheers, folks. Bye.